Last time we had Mrs. Thomas here. I have forgotten to introduce you. So, since this is Mrs. Thomas, she's my supervisor from the University of West Indies, right? And she's going to sit here with us, as you know, and she's going to observe this lesson, right? And at the end, she will tell me whether it was a good lesson or not, right? So, I'm asking for your full cooperation because you are the ones who determine whether my lesson is successful or not. So we're going to begin right away. Firstly, the objectives for our lesson, they're on board. Objective 1, you should be able to identify and discuss areas where improvements are needed when writing descriptions, right? So to begin, you are going to be identifying and we're going to be talking about the areas where when we write, we need to focus on to ensure that we write our description well. Number 2, we are going to analyze a model description, right, to identify areas for improvement using a revising checklist. Right? So I'm going to give you a checklist and we are going to use that checklist and we are going to analyze a model description I'm going to give to you to determine what areas you need to pick out that you need to improve on. And finally, you must appreciate that writing can be made better when you revise your work. Right? When you revise your work, your writing can improve. Okay, so let's move on. Let's do a brief revision of what we did in our last class. Who can remember what we did in our last class?
So you have to describe our race.
So last class?
We have to organize.
Organize a description. Okay, so what did we use to organize our description?
Organize.
What did we use? Remember we use a strategy? What is the name of that chart?
Organize.
No, we call it a graphic organizer. A graphic organizer. And what was the purpose of that graphic organizer? Put up your hand. Just encourage her. To have an idea of what you are going to include in your description. And in that organizer, what did you write? What did you have to write?
What you see.
Okay, what you see,
What you hear.
what you hear,
What you smell.
what you smell,
What you do.
what you do, right? So the organizer in general is to help you to jot down your ideas. So when you go about actually writing your description, instead of your board, what am I going to put next? You have all the ideas in front of you, right? So you will just choose what you want that is relevant and you will write it in your description, right? Let's continue to give you a copy of a revision checklist. And we are going to see some of the same things that we spoke about just now. And when I give you those, go through it quickly. Go through it quickly. And if you notice, you will see that the revising checklist is tied into the guidelines, right? So the guidelines are to help you to write the paragraph well, and the checklist now is to help you do what? To make sure that everything is in the proper place. Good. So let's go very quickly. And you have a yes, no, but there are sometimes you put, sometimes it might be there, like the question. For example, if they ask the topic of the paragraph, the topic might be so bad, right? So it could be a little maybe, but you could do something to improve the topic, right? Although I have just yes and no. Okay, the first one, does the topic suit the paragraph?
Yes.
2, is the main idea in the paragraph seen in the topic sentence?
Yes.
3, does the paragraph have a specific purpose? Is the paragraph well organized? Does it flow logically? Do the sentences vary in length and structure? So you don't have only one set of sentences, short sentences, but you vary them. You have some long, some short, some complex, some simple. Right? Is there one dominant impression conveyed? Are there any relevant sensory details? That is, could person, place, or object be described better?
Yes.
Are nouns specific? Are adjectives vivid? Are verbs strong?
Yes.
Does the final sentence sum up or summarize the main idea expressed in the work?
Yes.
Right? So these are some of the things that we look for when we are revising. So now, we are going to do a little activity on revising. And remember, you're not just circling yes or no because you think I want to know what yes, you have to have a reason. I have your reason. Just a learning experience, right? Okay, go along, now we continue with the checklist. You become better, right? So even if you think you don't really get it yet, as we go along and we continue using it, you will be able to use it better. So we were able to identify and discuss areas where improvement can be when writing description. Okay, the second one, analyze model description to identify areas for improvement using revising checklist. Did we achieve that? Yes. And after we continue, we will go on to actually working on a piece of description, and we are going to be able to improve it on our own, right, by rearranging sentences and making sure our verbs are vivid and etc. Right? And do you now appreciate that writing can be made better when you revise your work? Yes. You know, sometimes students will miss a will give a piece of work to do, and you will just go home, Janelle, and you will just the day before you write the scribble on something fast in the morning, and you will bring it, and then you end up getting 2 out of 10. No, means that you cheat, means the poem to work good, right? That's what you say. But if you take your time and you revise your work and you take into account the revision checklist and make sure that everything is in order, as Marshall said earlier, everything is in place, then we'll be able to turn out a very good piece of work, which you will get better grades, right? So each student should be able to appreciate that when you revise your work, you will end up having a better piece of work, which will give you a better grade. So for your homework, I am going to give you another passage, right? I'm going to give you another passage, and I would like you to go home with it. You are going to sit down when you get home, and you are going to use the same checklist, right? So you are going to write all that checklist in your exercise book or your notebook, right? The revising, right? We are going to actually work on paragraphs, and we are going to change up things